Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyimla. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf, that Sal here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. Okay, and what you see here on the screen here are dead bodies, of course, and this is a tradition in Indonesia. It says a clean death. Dead bodies are removed from their graves so they can be spruced up and given new clothes by their loved ones as part of Indonesian tradition. And there you have it. Yeah, this goes all against, our customs. As far as Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are Israelites, and this is the reason why the Lord told us, don't do what the other nations do. The customs of the people are vain, so stuff like this right here, and I'm sure some Israelites in that area, some Israelites in Indonesia, man, because we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and there is Israelites there that's actually keeping these traditions. See, these people right here, they could very well be Israelites themselves. So this lady right here, back in here in the pink, she looked like one of my aunties. Anyway, though, let's get some of the article, man, and go into a few scriptures. Get a little edification by the Spirit. Mummified ancestors of a rural Indonesian tribe have been exhumed, spruced up, and put on display as part of an intricate burial ritual every 4 years. So they doing this shit every 4 years, bro. The Toraja, if I'm pronouncing that right, people who live across of South Sulawesi in the center of archipelago, dig up the graves of their ancestors to meticulously look after their bodies. Yeah, man. Hey, you'd be surprised at the type of people that live in the world. See, coming into this truth, you get an idea of the broad varieties of people that the Lord created, man. Because I'd never heard of this place before. I've heard of Indonesia. I've never heard of no shit like this here, though. But anyway, and they got a lot of different customs, though. All nations do, don't get me wrong, but the Lord told us to not follow after the other nations and their gods, and not to get into their customs, man. Because what's that, Jeremiah? Let me see. I'll just grab that Jeremiah real quick. 10. But that's even the customs of America, the customs of the so-called white man. Jeremiah 10:1, it says, "Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." So these are our rules. The Lord is speaking to us. He's not speaking to no other nations. He's telling us not to do what the other nations are doing. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. And they are. They worship the moon, they worship the stars, they worship the clouds, they worship them. They worshiping all kinds of shit, animals. So the Lord said that the customs of the people are vain. And then pretty much this chapter is kind of somewhat dedicated to it. But that's another lesson, though. Verse 10, though, it says, "But the Lord is the true God. He is the living God and the everlasting King. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation." And he's coming to deal with, these nations that are into shit like that, right? Because, let me see right here. Phew. Yeah, because it actually goes off into Christmas right there. We're talking about cutting down the tree. They decked it with silver and with gold. Verse 9, it says, a silver spread into plates is brought from Tarshish, and gold from Euphaz, the work of the workman and of the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. See? But the Lord is a true God. He is the living God, and an everlasting King. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heavens by his discretion. See? So the Lord is going to deal, because these people have different gods. You know, they worship all kinds of idols and shit. So the Lord is going to deal with all nations. Even you so-called white people. Even you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You Israelites that believe in white Jesus. The Lord is going to deal with you. The Lord is going to deal with you, man. But let's go back to the article. Let's see. It says, in a ceremony known as Manene, if I'm pronouncing that right, which translates to care of ancestors or the cleaning of the corpse. All right, well, you might, in ancient days, we may have, the tombs, you know what I'm saying, maybe been dusted off. We wasn't going off in there and getting the dead bodies out, though. We wasn't doing no shit like that. The bodies are exhumed, cleaned up, and dried under the sun to ensure their longevity, and redressed in their new clothing. Boy, putting them boys in some Gucci, man. Video footage from Liang Lo'ko Kuku, a small town where Toraja people live, showed them crowding around stone graves and traditional Toraja tombs and digging their coffins out of the ground. Villagers were seen posing with their dead ancestors who had dried paper-like skin after spending years in the ground. He looked like he grabbing on a titty or something. It might be a dude, though. A dude grave guy. Here you go. You got this group right here standing with what appears to be a young girl, and hey, people take them. Hey, that's like our people Northern Kingdom that's into the Day of the Dead and shit like that. They it's a lot of different rituals, man, that's just wicked as hell out here, man, that the Lord is not dealing with. That's why, again, the Lord told us to learn not the way of the heathen. Be not dismayed, man, at what they're into, roughly paraphrasing. One man was seen patting the head of a dead man who was so well preserved that his hair was still visible. Villagers were then seen putting their relatives' bodies back into their coffins with fresh modern clothes. Like, for fucking what? What you think they doing with the clothes? Because obviously when you digging them up, they still got them bitches on. What, you think they stepping out? They stepping out for the night? What, in the spirit, they got that shit on? They stepping out to the spiritual nightclub or something? This shit is retarded, bro. It says, while many were seen wearing traditional sarongs, if I'm pronouncing that right, a long lengths of fabric favored across South and Southeast Asia. Many were also seen wearing modern sunglasses and belts. The ceremony takes place in Torajan villages across the region throughout the whole month of August. According to Heritage Daily, the Toraja people don't see death as a singular event, but rather the soul's gradual passing to the afterlife. Okay, well, let's see where the spirit goes by the scriptures, and we know this to be true. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who made it. See, your spirit goes back to the Lord. Now, them bodies may not have turned to dust, but over time they got a creak. I'm not sure how fresh these bodies are. I can't see them going back too many generations or so, you know what I'm saying, without, them being deteriorated, or even the coffin being, I'm not sure what the hell them coffins is made out of. But, eventually that them shit's gonna return to dust. You can clearly see that they're decayed, But the point that I wanted to make is, it says, then shall the dust return unto the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahweh who gave it. So your spirit goes back to the Lord. And then what happens is, let's see, when you get judgment from the Lord, man, the judgment is under the sun. Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So the place of judgment is right here on this earth. So what's going to happen is these people, they're going to get, you know what I'm saying, their judgment, and they're going to come back here every, in the third to fourth generation. Now, we're praying that America or any of these places, we're praying that the Lord came back before another 4 years and you able to do this silly shit again. So if they're coming back, or if you're gonna you're gonna have to worry about pulling their asses out of the ground, because them spirits gonna come back and they're going directly into slavery if they're not Israelites, man. That's pretty much what's gonna happen in the end here, So let's see what else they got in here. Look at this shit. This shit is retarded. Could be Jake's, though. This guy looks like a Jake. I got an uncle look like this nigga, too. Slovakia. Put a language there. Look at this one holding the baby. They definitely dark melanated people. It could be, Northern Kingdom, or it could be a Southern Kingdom as well. It says, as a result, they believe the bodies of recently deceased people still need to be taken care of. Why? Where you get that stupid shit from? I mean, it is what it is, though. According to the New York Times, locals believe the ceremony began with a local hunter named Pong. See, this is a traditions of men. Pong Rumasek, who lived 100 years ago, though the authenticity of this myth is considered questionable at best. But if so, that's a tradition of men. He is said to have found an abandoned corpse in the jungle. Moved by the fate of the stranger, he took care of the dead body and dressed it up with his clothes. That's stupid as hell. Get the hell out of here. From then on, Pong was said to have been blessed with good luck and bountiful hunts and harvests. And that's what a lot of these people, they do a lot of this shit for. I can't think of the one place, done a lesson on it recently, where they take all these goats and sheep and cattle and shit to the volcano, with fruits and vegetables. They drop it over in there, and basically pray to whatever God that, they get a good harvest, they get good luck. And a lot of people believe in this stuff, man. A lot of our people believe in this type of stuff, especially Northern Kingdom. They got it bad. They had the money blessing candle with Mother Mary on the front of that bitch burning in the house at all times. Broke as hell. Candles burning all through the crib, it's some spirits in there, but it's not the ones that you want. A bunch of goddamn demons, bro. But anyway, I didn't want to keep this long. This is not our culture, but let me go to something else as well, because you're pretty much, you're defiled if you touch the dead. You couldn't come to the Passover at certain hookups, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a let me see. Now some people might say Leviticus 21:1, right? And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, speak unto the priests and the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people. Now some people will say, well, see, that was just for the priests. But the scriptures goes on to say, hey, this is for all of us. Numbers 5:2. This is why you need precept upon precept. Command the children of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper, and every one that hath an issue, and whosoever is defiled by the dead. Why? Because that's uncleanness, man. Verses Numbers 9:6. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. And they came before Moses and Aaron, before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man, wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering to the Yahweh in his appointed season among the children of Israel. So, hey, let's go up into this a little more. Let me read it in the NLT. Verse 6 again. But some of the men, let me see. Because there's let's just start at 6. But some of the men had been ceremonially defiled by touching the dead body. So they could not celebrate the Passover that day. They came to Moses and Aaron that day and said, "We have become ceremonially unclean by touching a dead body. But why should we be prevented from presenting the Lord's offering at the proper time with the rest of the Israelites?" Moses answered, "Wait here until I have received instructions from the Lord." From the Lord, yeah. This was the Lord's reply to Moses. "Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If any of the people now or in the future generations are ceremonially unclean at Passover time because of touching a dead body, or if they are on a journey and cannot be present at the ceremony, they may still celebrate the Lord's Passover. They must offer the Passover sacrifice 1 month later at twilight on the 14th day of the second month. They must eat the Passover lamb at that time with the bitter salad greens and bread made without yeast." Hey, that's the law. And see, a lot of people don't even know about this second Passover. Or, you know what I'm saying? If you missed the Passover for one of these reasons, then you would have to do it but you had to do it. That was the thing. They must not leave any of the lamb until the next morning. Same process. And they must not break off any of the bones. They must follow all the normal regulations concerning the Passover. But those who neglect to celebrate the Passover at the regular time, even though they are ceremonially unclean and now away on a trip, will be cut off from the community of Israel. If they fail to present the Lord's offering at the proper time, they will suffer the consequences of their guilt. And hey, this is why we need mercy from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because first off, we're not in our land. We can't properly keep the Passover the proper way. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we can't do because we're in captivity. So we do it to the best of our ability. We practice the righteous acts, you know, in this captivity. And the Lord knows, you know, our hearts. He knows what's going on, man. He knows that, hell, he placed us in captivity. So it's not like he don't know that we're here and we can't do our high holy days the proper way. But I wanted to point out the fact that if you touch the dead body, you was put out the camp, man, for the day, man, so to speak. You had to go, man. You had to go. Some lucky damn bees flying, man. I don't know what's going on with the bees lately. They're just flying into the car. Anyway, let's go back, though. Let's see here. What else do they have? I think that was pretty much it, though. Those couple of scriptures. That was the main one that I wanted to get. Because Numbers chapter 5. Let's go into that real quick. Let's read it in the NLT. Verse 1. Let's start at verse 1. Yahweh gave these instructions to Moses. Command the people of Israel to remove from the camp anyone who has a skin disease or discharge, or who has become ceremonially unclean by touching a dead person. This command applies to men and women alike. Remove them so they will not defile the camp in which I live among them. See? So you can defile the whole camp with those particular issues. So the Israelites did as the Lord had commanded Moses and removed such people from the camp. See? Then the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If any of the people, men or women, betray the Lord by doing wrong to... okay, so that's just going off into the, another part of the law. So a lot of stuff was repeated quite a bit. But hey, look, this right here is going off, man. This is why the Lord said to... wherever we are in captivity, we're not to keep these people's customs, man. And see, Esau, he try and force this shit upon us. See, you don't have to really do a whole bunch with Jake, really, because Jake they love Christmas. They want Christmas gifts, so they love that shit. They love to fucking eat and party, so they're gonna celebrate Thanksgiving. They love to eat and party, so of course they're gonna do that with fucking Easter. Most of these holidays is about eating, drinking. You know what I'm saying? And throwing some music on. So Jake love all these holidays. They don't mind it. A lot of them, they don't even know what they really be celebrating, but they'll do it anyway because, it's, hey, we can eat and fucking party. That's pretty much about it, man. This right here is just fucking creepy and nasty as all hell. And I don't know what the bodies must smell like, but that don't make no sense, man. I mean, it's not even like they like, well, I, I don't get it. Anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying, Kwame Yashala, and a Bible ball. And this is the reason why these nations need to be ruled over, because they're complete damn savages, man. You know, without the law, statutes, and commandments, these nations are complete brute beasts, man. So with that, Kwame Yashala, Shalom.